Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Listen. It's time to get your act together. Stop lollygagging around and do something with the show, will ya, you squirrely fruit cups? You three are doing a podcast, yes, a podcast, looking like three hobos that just hopped off a 7-day stowaway in a boxcar. What are we doing here? I feel sorry for your so-called listeners and lurkers. I mean, I'm pretty sure they take it in like someone takes in a car wreck. Such a terrible thing, but you can't seem to look away. That's why I watch. To be honest, I'm surprised you haven't gone viral yet from how garbage you are. From the homeless-looking characters telling god-awful jokes all the way down to the terrible lighting and camera work. Someone had to say it, and I'm glad that someone is me. It's so bad I'm pretty sure I can smell you through the screen, everything else sure stinks. You are single-ply dollar store toilet paper at very best, G.I. Jerry's playing with each other's dingleberries. Gross.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Welcome to another very special edition of Two Mix and a Wop variety show with our very special guest coming back once again, Annie Hardy.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can hear. I was opening your throat thing, so I can't really hear it, but I can hear you guys perfectly. Yeah, I'm fine. I guess it's Labor Day, so I'm laboring. It's a labor of love. How are you guys?
We're pretty good. We're pretty good. We're excited to have you back. I'm excited to see. You've been dropping some new music lately, hey?
I have.
I have a favorite. I have a new favorite. I'm very fond of Bicycle. That is my jam. That's
Thank
my
you.
Jam for
Awesome.
sure. How's all that going? Are you touring? Are you?
No, like, what is the point? I figure, I'm getting ready to play, like Giant Drag is going to play with Ariel Pink on September 8th at the Mayan Theater in Los Angeles, which is like a pretty big show. Apparently the Mayan is like where canceled people go to play shows because it's the only venue I've been playing at. I played there with that band Prayers recently as well. And yeah, it's a great venue. Love those ancient Mayans and love that chicken from Popeyes. And yeah, I don't know. What had happened was back in March, the beginning of March, I fell off my roof because I was using the wrong ladder. I didn't know because I'm a woman and I shouldn't have been up on the roof technically, but you're not supposed to use the ladders that look like this. And you're not supposed to step where it says, do not step on this step. And you're not supposed to do any of that if you're trying to get up on the roof. But the rain was coming and there was a leak on my roof. And so I tried anyway and ended up falling. I woke up days later in the hospital and I fell off the roof 10 feet onto my head and broke my clavicle. I have this like pretty I don't know. Luckily, I've got that Holy Grail bloodline, so I heal pretty quick. But it sort of like knocks some. I mean, it was horrible. This has really been the worst year of my life. You know, maybe the whole thing. But but I hit something, and then I started just releasing music again. The weird thing is, I guess I had set up one song to be released before I fell off the roof. And oddly enough, I used a picture of me on the roof in the exact place where I fell off of it. Which
That's
is
crazy.
Like, what are the odds of that?
Yeah, that's insane. So I have to ask you something.
Yes.
You have your Annie Hardy YouTube. Are you associated with Annie Hardy Topic? Because I see
No,
there's
that AI does that. Whenever I release music, it just like it puts it just as a video with a picture of the cover, I think, on
Right.
YouTube. But I don't even know what that stuff is, the topic thing.
Yeah, that's weird. Because I meant to ask you about that because I was looking up something and it popped up like it was almost excuse me, it was like a page, you know what I mean? Like it was like, you know, to click on your name, Annie Hardy, it brings you to your page. Annie Hardy Topic is its own page and it's all just your tracks. So yeah, that's why I was like, are you affiliated with that or that's
I mean,
crazy.
in some sense, because when I release the music, it goes I think it's some AI like ordering thing. Like I don't know what topic, like are people, is it a message board? It's just
Here,
like
I'll pull it up so you can see.
It's just like a playlist of songs I've released, correct?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah, I don't understand. Technology bewilders me more and more every day, and I'm just like ready to torch the whole thing and move to the middle of nowhere and start an off-grid cult.
Well, and that's another thing I wanted to talk to you. How's the compound going? Are we still welcome?
Definitely.
What's the haps?
Definitely.
What's going on?
Nothing's happening because wouldn't you know it, nobody feels like busting out a couple $100K giving it to me to start a new civilization yet. But I feel like someday, I feel like the housing prices are about to plummet, and already rent is dropping out here in Los Angeles because they've made Airbnb illegal. So now there's all these properties that are vacant, and finally these poor bastards who still pay rent to landlords are getting a price break. So I hear the housing market is to follow, and fingers crossed. You know, I still want to move to the Big Island despite all of the havoc that just got wreaked in Maui, which will be the world's first entirely smart city. And that was definitely some directed energy weapons that they were lighting the place on fire with. Yeah, I know what you mean, that topic thing. I don't get it. That's some AI stuff.
We're gonna have to jump right into a segment because you hit on something which was talked about in a segment. So we're going straight into this, baby. Are you ready? Mon
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Bean. It is September 4th, 2023. Happy Labor Day. You know, I was just thinking, has anyone seen the video where President Biden is talking about the hurricane in Florida or off the Gulf Coast? It's crazy. He's telling people that they should get vaccinated before the hurricane comes. He said, and I quote, "Get vaccinated. It is a vital part of hurricane season." What is hurricane season? To get vaccinated. Everything is more complicated if you are not vaccinated in a hurricane or a natural disaster. Which doesn't make sense. I don't get it. And what is going on in Maui? They call it wildfires? I think it's more than that. All these smart cities, even one of the towns here closest to home, Racine, is going to be a smart city, which they're on the list for. It's just crazy that in Maui, they're finding out that there's a ton of underground tunnels. Where do they go? Where are all the children? So do all these tunnels lead to Epstein's Island number 2? I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. How come there was no water? How come there was no sirens? How come there was no warnings or anything like that? And all the adults are across the island at work while all the children are at home? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. They're not telling people about the families that were in these cars that melted with people in them. There's people in them that were dead. And they're not telling that on the news. And it's just funny how Oprah Winfrey and Jeff Bezos are doing this to these people. It's funny how their roofs are all blue. It's part of the elite, you know, it's part of the master plan, I guess. But still, it's ridiculous. You know what I find terribly funny is that Oprah Winfrey and even The Rock have a GoFundMe or like a donation page for people in Maui. They can't even raise over $5,000 because nobody is donating to them. It is hilarious. These stupid people that they think that we're dumb enough to not figure it out. Maybe 2 years ago people were, but not anymore. And it's ridiculously crazy how everybody says it's a conspiracy, it's a conspiracy, a conspiracy. Obviously not. If you're not woke or awake to see what is going on in real life before your eyes, what your government is doing to us, then there is something terribly wrong with you. But I don't know. I'm at my ends with it all. So make sure you vote. This time, vote for someone that is actually willing to work for us people. Because I'm tired of giving my money away. I don't know about you, and I'm tired of them taking it. Bean out.
Yep. How come people were running into the ocean? Because they were on fire from the inside out.
I mean, yeah, I was watching these videos of these people that have lasers in their house and they're burning things. They have like this sets of different colors.
I saw that, the different swatches of fabric, and it
Yeah.
won't burn the blue.
Right. And there was one guy who was like, I think, and you're thinking it's just the fabric. He's throwing like different pieces of plastic and different things, and he's burning all sorts of different colored everything, but nothing blue will burn.
And the blue, the color of that blue, or like the number is like supposedly 66.6. I saw some stupid ass videos like the mark of the beast. This color blue is 66.6. It's like, what are you talking about, mark of the beast? The mark of the beast goes in your right hand or your forehead, and you need it in order to buy or sell. It's like, why would people, I feel like that's some like opposition, like placed there just to make stupid people look even more stupid. It's like, don't you know what the mark of the beast is? Plus, this is something that protected from the fires. Why would that be associated with Satan? Maybe because all the Satanists have their roofs painted that color. Luckily, my house is blue, so I just got to get the roof, but I can't go up there and paint it myself because we know what happened last time I went on the roof.
Or at least get the right ladder first. At least get the right ladder.
Well, now I know that you need the leaning ladder, which makes so much sense. But over at my neighbor's house, where I was borrowing a ladder from, I couldn't carry that. That shit is heavy. So, lesson learned, get a guy to do it,
Well, we have some segments, and we're just going to barrel right through them. You haven't been around. It really was. I told you in a text, I was like, you really were kind of like the push that I needed to produce this show into what it's become. And I really do want to thank you. I'm thanking you on air now, like I did through text, because you really were kind of the oomph that was like, all right, we got to stop fucking around. So with that being said, let's hear from Jim.
Hey, y'all, it's Jim. Can you believe it? Annie Hardy came back to 2 Micks in a Wop, and I'm just so excited. I sure do hope that Annie Hardy's in a better mood, because it seemed like she was real sad on that first episode. Real sad. And I tell you, when people make other people sad, it just makes me so mad. It makes me real mad. But I just wanted to say, Eddie Hardy, I love you so much. I love your music, and I loved you in that movie. I love all your stuff. You're the greatest. Okay, bye-bye now.
Bye, Jim.
Thank you. That means so much coming from a gay cartoon. I appreciate that.
Hey, wait, nobody said anything. I don't think Jim's gay.
Jim's gay.
I don't think he's gay.
No.
I
Of
don't
course
think
he's
so.
gay. He's a cartoon.
Is Jim gay?
He's a cartoon?
What
the fuck? Are you serious?
Wait, you said?
He's a gay
I'm gonna
All
have to
cartoons
get
are gay.
Annie. I'll get back to you on that. I didn't know that Jim was gay.
Maybe he's Metro.
I just thought he was. I just thought he talked funny.
Your
I
gay
didn't-
stars off then, I guess.
Well, we're gonna have to do some investigative reporting. Maybe we'll. Maybe we'll.
Get Johnny
Yeah,
on
we'll
it.
get Johnny Choppers on the
Johnny
case.
on it.
Well, there's a tried and true test. Just take your dick out if he sucks that he's gay.
Well, I don't want to be a part of that test. Maybe one of the Micks will get down with that. It's,
But he's
Probably.
a cartoon, though.
oh, is he?
Better. I'll go first.
I mean, I just learned
All
he's a cartoon.
We're moving into the Matrix
You guys are
a
on
little more
something
every
else.
day.
I'm stupid.
won't be
about
long.
He's a cartoon.
So, can you hear us? Okay? Are we quiet? Are we loud enough? We're all right.
The two mix are a little quiet, but you're nice and loud for me.
That works. I mean, that's how it always works.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of how it always is. But here, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little. I'll try and dial it down back a little bit.
I thought we had a button pusher for this stuff. Another one.
No, well, we do have another button pusher,
Oh.
but that button pusher isn't here yet.
Oh.
He's pushing other buttons right now. So,
Sounds like he's also gay, maybe.
yeah, whoa. No, I believe he's
Not-
married with children.
Oh,
Well,
that
Well, I mean, that
doesn't
doesn't mean anything.
I do have a friend who's married with children.
Who's gay?
you have a friend?
Oh.
I do have a friend.
So,
He's married.
where are you at right now? Are you in
with
LA?
children.
I'm in North Hollywood, yeah, right outside of the big city with its evil vibes. Yeah, I'm just right by Burbank on the cusp.
You like it?
I like it, but I'm ready to move. I feel like for the first time in my life, I've never wanted to leave Los Angeles, but I feel like I'm getting there. I'm just about ready to go before they really kick things into high gear out here with the forthcoming woes for the tribulations.
And have you thought about where you're going or where you would think you would go?
I mean, my ideal locale would be the big island of Hawaii, which, I know that sounds sketch based on Maui and everything, but the big island's the only spot that doesn't have any 5G towers. They push back against that. It does have 5 active volcanoes to contend with, including the world's largest, Mauna Loa. Other locales I've considered Costa Rica, where they're friendly with expatriates, and Idaho. I have a friend out there. There's lots of naturally occurring hot springs, and it's not too far. Because I'm thinking, well, where can everyone kind of get to in this case that there's a great event, and maybe you can't fly anymore or something, you can only drive or whatever, and it's then maybe Idaho, but maybe Mexico. I don't know. God's gonna direct me wherever I am meant to go, I guess.
See, that's why I kind of uh-oh.
What do you do?
The button pusher comment that he said it means a lot. But
He's gay.
I
What you said?
what did I say?
I don't-
He's somewhere else pushing other buttons.
Oh, he said thanks a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably for the gay stuff, but I said he wasn't.
Yeah,
gay. It's
probably
very
for the
good
gay stuff.
That's what I'm
Oh, okay. But anyway, I fucking that derailed me. I also this talking about this Hawaii stuff brings me to
The fact that we never closed flicking the political beam.
No, we had a 2-1 vote that we were just gonna skip the outro and move right on, but you weren't a part of it.
Yeah.
But you didn't need to be, so yeah,
Well,
it was live on air. Sorry.
We made eye contact and it happened.
Yeah, we looked at each other. We were like, yeah, we're just moving on. But speaking of moving on,
Sorry.
it's time for random fact.
Random fact. Random fact. Random fact. Random
Fuck me for trying to keep track of shit.
No, you're good. You're good.
job.
That was my bad. That was my bad for not communicating. My random fact is actually about Hawaii. Did you guys know that Hawaii grows 14 acres every year due to volcanic eruption?
Oh wow!
It's crazy,
All of
ain't
Hawaii.
it? Like where the volcano, all of Hawaii expands through the lava that turns into rock. You know what I mean?
I don't think there's volcanoes on every island though, but there is on most of them, right?
Yeah.
I don't really know how it works.
Well, I just know that I read up that they were talking about due to volcanic eruption, Hawaii grows 14 acres every year from the lava.
That's great.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I wonder what
that's probably the only place
That's how you make land.
in the world that well, maybe not in the world, but it's the only place definitely in America that grows and doesn't deplete.
They should start selling acres to Midwest cities.
Yeah. Or like Oprah can just buy all the property off.
It seems like Pangea or some shit, right?
Panacea for the poison.
Gonorrhea.
Pangea.
Yeah.
A little different.
Tangina.
How short should I go with my bangs here? Cutting my bangs. I feel like they're always in my face. And I didn't know it until I've been forced to look at my reflection on this camera thing.
Well, you're welcome.
Go higher.
Thank you so much. I do have a show in a couple days, so I figure maybe I'll go for like a bold look here with one of those like gothic, like V-shaped things. Ow! Probably should be using hair cutting scissors.
You're going for the arch, not the straight across.
Correct. Yeah, I'm going for the middle of the M look. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks good.
Like a
half
Viking helmet.
Like retard meets like goth girl.
With the Viking helmet.
You know, I can say that because I'm retarded, technically. If you've seen the Stanford's list of words that you're not allowed to say, you're not allowed to anymore say retard, and it says instead you can say autistic and Down syndrome.
Huh.
I didn't know those were equally in the avenue of retard. But I'll take it. So I feel like that should be really raising awareness to how severe being on the spectrum of autism is, despite almost everyone in the world at this point being seemingly autistic. Do you guys think you're autistic too?
I think I'm retarded.
I feel like yes.
I've been
No offense.
Sorry, that made me laugh.
Hamburgers or whatever it is.
He said hamburgers. Ashley burgers. I honestly, I've been trying to figure out what autism. I've been trying to figure out what autism is for the past 20 years. I still don't quite really understand it. I'm just being completely honest with you. I have no fucking idea.
It's like ADD, where you have very specific interests and you're sort of like into it at the exclusion of the rest of sort of the world and life sometimes, where it's like you don't really like if you have a dad that's an engineer or you yourself are an engineer, you're autistic. If you're a writer, you're autistic. Like let's see, and it is, they most of the time you hear about, oh yeah, like this kid's like super into trains, he knows everything there is to know about trains, so you could substitute trains for like anything else, including pornography version of trains, running trains, I guess that would be called. But yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He said, "Choo choo." Motherfucker, choo. You got a random fact, Sean? Left.
I just want to say that I can't draw, I can't sculpt, I can't paint. I am not autistic at all.
I can't do any of those things either, and I am.
But my random fact is,
I disagree because he can DJ and get lost in a DJ spinning tracks for hours.
I don't think he can.
So
I never hear that ever. I don't know.
Isn't that the same
Most
thing?
autistic
You lose connection to the rest of the world when you're spinning.
no.
Oh,
Does he spin?
It's been around.
Shout out to my manager, Dean.
All down.
Shout out to you, Dean, the manager.
Shout out.
Dean Fragile.
Dean.
It's my random fact.
Random fact, left Mick.
This 58-year-old woman named Tammy Manis from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Ow.
She holds the record for the world's longest mullet. And she's going to be in the 2024 Guinness Book of World
Get
Records.
the fuck out.
What?
5 feet, 5 feet, 8 inches long.
A 5 foot, 8 inch long mullet.
172.72
Wow.
centimeters. Nearly the height of the average man.
So what's the long part? The front?
Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Her shall be featured in the 2024 Guinness Book of World Records. It's at her mullet journey.
Her mullet
Her
journey.
mullet journey began when she first watched the music video for a song, "Voices Carry," some
Oh,
4
it's,
years ago.
Do any of us know that
The
song?
girl had a rat
Do you-
tail, and I really wanted one of them.
Ew.
She then cut her mullet off in November 1989. Immediately regretted it. But yeah, that band Till Tuesday, Voices Carry.
Do you know that song, Till Two?
Touch, keep it down now. Voices carry.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Inspired by a music video from American rock band Till Tuesday, and has not cut her hair in 33 years.
All right.
5 feet, 8 inches.
Well, that's
Tammy
better.
Manis from Knoxville, Tennessee.
So back to my question.
Tammy Manis
It's
from
the front.
Nashville, Tennessee.
It's in the
Well,
back.
I tell you,
It's
oh, there's
Oh,
a
the back is the
picture.
long part.
there's a video too.
We don't.
Look at that thing.
definitely
Look at that.
Jesus.
Dang.
Hold on, let me see if.
Is he still
Hold on, let me
business
see if I can
Tammy
pull it up.
Manis.
Tammy Manis. All right, do you got a random fact, right, Mick?
I sure do.
Okay, I'll look this up while you're.
All right.
That's
ahead.
another place I might move. Tennessee.
Can't say love. My random fact is
No, he said Baines. It's Manis.
let's talk,
There you go.
Your random fact is.
is I was hoping they would just talk for me.
Oh. Or you could talk.
Okay.
Big fucking mullet, man.
Tomatoes from Ghana are not
It's pronounced.
Ghana.
It's like hummus.
Tomatoes from Ghana,
Hummus.
are they a fruit?
Ghana.
It's more of a random question. Are they a fruit?
Yeah,
Tomatoes-
they are because they have seeds inside of them. Anything with seeds in it is a fruit.
What if there's somebody else's seed?
That's something totally different.
So we're all fruit. In
I mean,
I mean, I
some
guess.
of us.
According to
I don't have anyone else's seed inside of me.
common stuff, I wasn't sure
You?
what's happening.
Do you got a random fact, Annie?
Random fact. Let me think here. Did you know that sometimes the botfly will lay fly larvae on the cloaca of a chicken or by the butthole of a baby squirrel, and the larva will hatch and will crawl inside of it and hatch into worms and eat the animal alive before killing it and then hatching into flies or mutating into flies.
That's-
Fun fact.
That's a pretty awesome random fact.
I'm gonna be a little bit
I'm-
more thorough when
I'm
I
at-
take a shower tomorrow.
I'm actually going to bring it back around to a
Thank you.
conversation I had earlier with another random fact. Did you know that a body of water will eventually accumulate fish due to geese that travel from water to bodies of water to bodies of water? The fish eggs will attach to their feather
Wow.
and to another body of water. The eggs will fall in the water and then they'll hatch, and then that's how a body of water after a while becomes.
Wait. The eggs attached to their feathers? I thought you were going to say they eat them, they shit in the water, and that turns into the fish.
No.
No?
That's fish mushrooms.
Yeah, no, they land in different bodies of water, and just from swimming around and fucking around in the water, eggs will attach to their feathers, and then
I
they'll go
don't
to
know
another
about
body.
that.
That wasn't wordplay. I said
Yep.
seed.
Because
Yeah, I
most
know.
trees
But that was
get
just funny.
planted from bird shit.
No, it was wordplay.
Like
I meant that.
birds,
You bet.
avians, like the avian digestive tract is so short. I have chickens, so I see just how quick things go in and out, that they end up being, because like there's a lot of seeds and nuts and stuff where it's like they are protected by something on the outside. That's why you're supposed to soak like cashews and stuff before you eat them, because there's something so that it doesn't get digested in the bird's body. So the bird will shit and then it makes a new tree grow. I figured that fish eggs might be the same. But maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's a shit. I like the idea if it gets if fish getting populated by goose shit. I like that idea better, honestly.
I feel like it's shit. It's gotta be. It's fertilizer, and they're eating all those fish eggs, I suspect.
Absolutely. We're gonna go with that for random fact, and that's it for random fact.
Random fact. Random fact. Random fact. Random fact.
So, I remember when I got derailed from the comment. I remember what we were talking about. You were talking about where you would go if like shit hits the fan. I think that's part of the reason that I'm always gonna be here, because when it comes to like natural disasters, because honestly, I think Mother Nature is gonna fuck us up before anything else does.
Mother Nature with some help from HARP.
Well, help with Mother Nature on her own or Mother Nature with assistance. Either way, I feel like we're in the safest part in the country because we're like right kind of in the middle. We're not really by fault lines. We're not by hurricanes. We've had some tornadoes in our time, but I mean,
what's the difference between a tornado and a hurricane?
A hurricane starts in the water.
Oh, I didn't know that. Random fact.
Yeah. So and it's weird to me because people make it seem like hurricanes are so more devastating. Like there's tornadoes all throughout America, and tornadoes are nasty. You know, they're just as nasty as hurricanes are.
That's what's in the Wizard of Oz, right? A tornado?
The what?
Tornadoes in Wizard of Oz?
Yes. Now give it, I understand that like the hurricanes have caused more devastation because it's fucking up all these, you know, coastal properties and stuff. Like shit's getting like flooded. It comes with floods. Like our tornadoes don't come with floods. It just tears your fucking city up. You know what I mean? But we don't even get that really. That's why I say
are you guys in the Rust Belt technically? Are you in the Rust Belt?
I don't even know what the Rust Belt is. That's a left Mick question.
Indiana, Illinois.
Yeah.
Right off Lake Michigan.
If you think about it, we're kind of right on the Mason-Dixon. We're on the Mason-Dixon
line.
We're like right on the border of Illinois, Wisconsin.
You're probably Rust Belt then. That's the only place slated to survive the forthcoming lows. So you are smart to stay where you are at.
We're survivors, baby.
We're also on the Niagara Escarpment. On the way out to Niagara Falls.
That too. I don't know. Speaking of locations, I already hit that.
We are on one side of the Mississippi River too, though.
That was just another random fact.
Oh. See, there's all sorts of fun things around us.
We're on one side of the Mississippi River.
So, speaking of locations, let's hear from Giuseppe.
Hello, it's Giuseppe. I step away from the market to ask Annie Hardy a question. Miss Annie, have you ever been to Mother Italia? It's a beautiful, beautiful country, and Giuseppe just want to know if you ever been to Italia. Okay, ciao, ciao.
Have you?
Have I been to Italy? No. That's another place I was mildly considering fleeing to, but I feel like they're not going to easily let me in, even though I'm 2% Sardinian. So isn't that an Italian technically?
Sardine?
Or no?
Sardine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think once you had the mustard on it, you're more kind of German, but
I'll gladly remind these guys though. I remember you're more Irish than anything, correct?
Yeah, but I'm a lot of German, and I'm also 4.8% Punjabi Indian and 24% Jew, Ashkenazi Jew. Cool. So no wonder there's a war within me.
So I used to work at a bindery where we printed all this like information for Ashkenazi Jews about like stuff that can go wrong with them because it's like a genetic thing. And like one of them was maple syrup piss.
Maple syrup piss?
Maple
What?
syrup, like they piss maple syrup?
It thickens up and it smells like maple syrup.
Ooh, sounds lovely.
That doesn't.
There was a pamphlet for like for just health awareness for Ashkenazis.
Have you ever had maple syrup pee?
I brought it home to Dawn, and like she gave it to her dad, and her dad got pissed.
He got maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
If Jim's Jewish, I might have to be the first one on that.
Jim's Jewish.
If he
What
is.
dude?
Oh,
He's
Jim?
a cartoon.
He's
Oh,
gay? If he is, I might have to be the first one
we're
on
gonna
that.
have to find out.
What
Okay,
the-
we're gonna find out if Jim is gay,
Jewish
and
a
if
cartoon.
we're gonna find out if he's Jewish. Right, Mick's gonna get on the case because if he's Jewish,
I'm gonna get on his case too.
he'll get on the case if he's gay because he'll be drinking some maple syrup piss.
I need
I
sweetness
guess.
in my life.
Where did
I don't know. All I know is you said
Find
what
out if
goes
he's really a
wrong.
cartoon.
I don't think
All right.
that's a problem. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah,
Just
it
tell
might
it-
be a little painful or like
I'm just saying, like we printed this information thing. I
Right.
had to read it because you're looking at like
So it was like
250,000 in a shift.
Right.
Oh.
So it was like a binder thing.
cutting these things.
Was it the
Folding
maple syrup
maple
you
syrup.
guys used to bind the binders? And was it kosher?
Human
So
flood.
speaking of ethnicities and
Stuff.
races and whatnot, how you feel about Russians? We have a friend of the show. He's a Russian bear. Let's just hear from him. This is Boris.
I feel like Russia's probably the good ones. I'm a
Yeah?
fan of whatever their prime minister's name is. What is his name? He looks evil, but he tells the truth. And so I'm kind of like Putin.
Oh, what is
right?
this, that guy's fucking name?
Vladimir.
Putin.
Boris.
Vladimir
Putin.
Putin.
Putin. He's putting it
Vladimir.
down over there in Russia. Do you know what I mean? Putting that shit down. So we're gonna hear from
I don't know.
from Boris.
I'm of the ilk. What?
I said we have a message from
And what'd you say?
our friend Boris from you. For
Okay.
you.
He's Russian to tell you this.
He's what?
He's Russian to help me let you know this.
Oh, here you go. Here's Boris.
Nobody gets me.
Hello, this is Boris, the Russian Bachelor Bear. Here with tips for bachelors. Any honey. I was wondering if you could help Boris and his bachelor friend with tips on how to pick up the pretty girl in the nightclub. Boris has tips, but he would be honored if any Hardy would give her tips to help Boris listener in picking up the girl at the nightclub. So that is it for Boris, the Russian Bachelor Bear, the tips. That's it for the tips. If Annie has tips. Back to you, to Mix and Voop.
All right, Annie, give me a second. Give me a second. I want to apologize to the listeners and lurkers. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Boris lately. He's been gone off the rails the last fucking couple episodes. You don't have to cater to his shenanigans if you don't want to, Annie. He has a problem. His English isn't that great.
How to pick up a woman?
Yeah, he gives bachelor advice. And the first couple, he had a good couple tips the first couple times, but now he's just been harassing our guests lately, trying to get him to do his fucking work
I
for him.
personally like
And
him more.
Well, you would, but I think that he, I think that maybe it's because his fucking English is kind of broken, and it's not. So he's kind of fucking just, harassing our guests, fucking give advice. That's so. I don't know.
I have some advice.
Yeah.
I don't think you can hit on women anymore because I think it'll get you arrested or canceled. I don't know if it's the same as it is in LA, but I recently saw someone ask consent to touch someone else's shoulder in a non-sexual way.
Oh my fucking
Is it
God.
like that where you live? I'm guessing no.
No. You're in like fucking LA liberal city though, ain't
That
you?
is
Ain't
just
those,
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for this and I don't enjoy it. You know what
Well,
I mean?
you have to
But
say,
it's
I
okay.
don't consent. I don't consent. And then it's rape. So, yeah, I don't know. The human race is ending. I mean, I don't know what people think is going to happen from all this constricted way of behaving. I hate the world. It's like this libtard bullshit where you have to like, do I have consent to penetrate you? It's like, oh, is that what you libtards are saying in the bedroom? Like, that's embarrassing and gross. And like, I don't know. Don't get me started. I will start a rage out on these motherfuckers. It's just like, it says in the Bible, in the last days, a great many will be offended. And here we are, and the love of many will wax cold. Check, ticking all those boxes. End times.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of a worked up rage, we got another. Let's just hear from Henry.
Henry.
Hey, man. It's Henry. #1 listener looker here, man. Annie Hardy. Welcome back to Two Mix and a Wop, man. It's good to see you, man. I just got one question. How you be letting people push you around in Hollywood, man? Come on, man. You can't be taking that sitting down, man. If it was me, man, I'd tell them what for, man. One thing's for sure, all that ain't right, man. Come on, man.
So, Henry.
Not right.
Henry's he's agitated. He's very chill, but he seems very agitated lately too. I don't know.
This is a good question, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the answer of which is like, you don't have a choice. In Hollywood, it's like, well, how much pushed around can you get without saying anything about it? And the more pushed you can get without saying, the more further you can get in success. And maybe at first they don't push you around, they don't F you over, but at some point it's a choice of F over someone else or be F'd over yourself. And I am of the inclination of getting F'd over, I guess, because I don't know, it didn't used to be like that. When I was a narcissist, I mean, when I was a full-fledged narc in my 20s, nobody F'd me over. I probably F'd others over. And then my 30s came, I was narked off my pedestal, so to speak, and I haven't been successful in entertainment industry ever since. And I really mean that. And I just get F'd over at every turn. And it's so annoying, but because it's like the thing that you do, it's like, well, what else am I going to do? Just carry on, get F'd by the next person and hope that maybe I can learn my lesson. And I don't really have any representation that's looking out for me. So I don't know what to do, ISIS, it is what it is.
I believe you're already answering back in some of your new music.
Yeah, I love your stuff for sure.
Thanks. Yeah, maybe everything will turn and be in favor of the DIY artist. Maybe not. I don't even care at this point.
Well, I sure hope so. We sure hope so. Because if not, it'd be pretty damn gay.
Yeah, as we use.
Of a Queer with your friend Shane.
Fishing has never really appealed to me. I've never really understood it. Maybe it's just the fact that mows don't fish. Straight people fish. I mean, look at these guys. Look at them. Look, they're having fun. They're enjoying themselves. This is a good recreational activity for them. You see, in my world, if you're going to be handling a worm, it requires dinner and a movie beforehand. In your world, all you need is a hook and a reel, and that worm comes in handy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I'll never understand the need to sit on the side of a body of water and just cast a reel in, unless you're hungry. I mean, I could understand that if you're poor and you're hungry. I mean, that's how mankind survived forever, was fishing, right? Right? Yeah, but look at them. Look at these guys. Look what they're doing. They're having a good time. What is it about that I'm not understanding? It's not like I haven't given it a shot. I've tried fishing. Growing up, I used to go fishing with my grandparents all the time. I fucking hated it. So, I mean, I don't get it. And that's probably just for the better. Because, you know, some people get worried that us letter police, as I think I was called the other day, are taking over everything. Well, you don't have to worry, because the pillow biters are not coming for fishing. Trust me. We're just going to watch you guys do it and spread around the sprinkles.
The pillow
Shane,
biters,
we love you, Shane.
the pillow biters are not coming for fishing.
Yeah, the pillow biters aren't coming from fishing. That's official from your friend
Official.
Shane. And Shane, to answer your question, for me, it's a fucking the thrill of when a fucking bass or a northern or some big ass fucking gets it. You get that fucking thing. It gets like that natural adrenaline going. For me, it does. I mean, I don't know. But that's why I fish. That's why I love fishing. I love catching big fucking fish. I want to catch the biggest fish, and I put them back. You know,
Shane, the reason
until
fish,
later when I have to do it to actually survive.
the reason
Then
I
I'll be good.
do not fish. Sorry,
Go ahead.
it's because it takes too fucking long to get that thing, and I'm fucking bored. I'd rather sit around and do something else or
That's why you
take the
drink
guys who
beer.
are.
I think that's why
That's
he
why you
doesn't
drink
like
beer.
beer. Are you a fisher
beer?
woman?
We had no beer that day.
Well, how are you gonna eat when shit hits the fan? What are you
I
gonna do?
have
for food?
chickens. They'll just keep laying eggs, I'm hoping.
Oh, I eat more chicken than any man ever
See,
seen.
there you go. I eat more chicken than any woman ever talk about.
And this bitch is talk.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Yes.
When you were first on, what it inspired me to do things different with the video and take it to the next step, and why I thanked you. We had a segment from one of our correspondents called Character Name, and it was just an audio clip of him talking about making it was like a joke, a play on football or whatever.
You're gonna act like you don't even have it.
I do have it, but I'm not going to play it because I'm going to play
I
something
re-
else. But
I
thanks
feel
for
like I
ruining my
remember
fucking
it.
build-up. Anyway, long story short, you said, let me give you some advice. This is a video format. Ditch that just audio segment shit. Just ditch it.
Yeah, that was
And
insane.
from that point on, I did. So with that being said,
Andy Hardy has a big influence on what the show is.
yes, absolutely. You have a
cool.
giant influence on what the
Hey,
show
Danny.
is, for sure.
But giant.
Thank you.
You have a vagiant.
Influence.
You know.
Giant
on
influence.
us.
But giant.
And
It
with
takes
that
a
being-
lot to be able to take criticism with an open heart, you know? So I'm glad to know that you guys aren't narcs. And now I have one more criticism for you. Too many segments, I think. Too many segments. Because look, it's 6:48. I have like 12 more minutes of being your guest, and you barely asked me any questions or anything. So that's my next bit of advice for the next year. And
Appreciate the advice, and he's gonna spend these last 12 minutes asking you non-stop questions. Go.
I thought he was just gonna play the next segment.
I was actually. I was just going to go straight to the next segment.
Thanks, but no thanks.
But
Also, I can barely hear the segments when they're on, and so it makes it difficult because I'm like, you know, I think it's better to just develop maybe for the second half of the show with your guests, you can just have developed a rapport, and then you guys have a conversation because it's very like, you don't get to like go into the natural flow of having a question and answer conversation because you're always having to pay attention to go into these things that are.
I already just said the third show. She's going to be here live. You heard it, people. Thanks, Annie.
Sure thing.
Well, I'm glad. I'm definitely going to take all this in. And I'm glad that he mentioned the third show because before I'm going to just ask right now, will you come back in the future for a third time somewhere down the road?
Of course.
Awesome. Because we do love having you here.
Yeah, I like it. It's weird. So I'm not coming back until the show is perfect. And then I'll die.
And then you'd be like, you guys are fucking stuck up fucking assholes. I don't even know what this show is anymore. I don't even know what this show is anymore. You guys, you don't even know who you are.
Fucking you guys before you were cool.
Yeah.
Always strive to be perfect. You'll never be perfect, so you'll always be working harder. Annie harder.
Maybe I'm already perfect in the eyes of God, so I can finally take a break and relax.
Nice.
Probably not, though, because I'm probably pretty much a piece of shit, even in the eyes of God. But, you know, I try to improve a bit each day. And especially as the world devolves into a nightmarish hellscape around me. It's probably worse here than it is where you guys
I'm glad you brought up your world again. You were talking about how the world is shit earlier. How about your personal world? A little different, yeah?
Little, but not much. You know, the devil's out there in full force. And I find like, you know, if I make a new friend, I like some person, or I have some person playing music with me or something, right before I need them to not get possessed by the devil and go completely insane, is like right before a show is always the time where someone's going to get possessed by the devil, go completely insane, be offended by my suggestion that they're possessed and insane. And it's like, but I'm the same and you're a totally different person now. So what had happened? I don't know. Maybe the curse is just asking people to play a show with me, but I don't think so, because I have a bunch of other people that have been able to do it without getting possessed. But I don't know. I do not know. My personal world is fine. You know, I learned to take a licking and keep on ticking long ago, and it's hard to knock me down unless I'm on the roof first. And yeah, my personal world is just like the rest of the world. It's a hellscape most part, and you know, you take your loving friends, and I find myself constantly having to separate the wheat from the chaff and get rid of these sort of compromised individuals who will render you no longer safe if you let them, people who live from that place of fear, you know, because there's two orientations. There's love, and God is love, and God is truth, you know, and then there's fear, and the devil's fear, and the devil is lies. And so people who are living driven by fear, like, there's a big difference. Like, so if love is your guiding force, like, you do things because of love. And if fear is your guiding force, you do things because you're afraid and you don't want this to happen, so you do this. And if you do that out of fear, you will bring about the exact thing you're seeking to avoid having happen. And you don't realize it, and you think it's just a thing like, oh, see, I always do this. This bad thing always happens. It's like, yeah, bitch, because you're afraid of the bad thing. You set that as your accidental intention, and then you bring about the undesired results that you sought to avoid. So instead, you're supposed to, like, we have to be thinking, speaking in the positive form, like, and we have to live from a place of love, or we won't be able to discern the truth day to day, you know, because you have to tell the truth to be able to recognize the truth. You got to live the truth to know the truth. And if you're living from fear, then you're already believing a lie, because fear is false emotions appearing real. So it's like, I'm always having to trim the fat of the fear-driven motherfuckers who will throw you in the psych ward a week after you just got out the hospital and you have staples sticking out your collarbone, and 2 police officers are putting your hand behind your back with a broken collarbone with a floating bone in it because they believe the lie.
Yeah, can we see that scar again, please?
Let me move this thing
Pull it
closer.
lower. Got to pull it lower.
Shut up.
Pull it lower.
Fucking guy.
I wasn't even looking at the screen. Thanks, Andy.
You know, in regards to what you said with fear and love, I'm going to use this podcast as an example. In the beginning, I would say, stop me or correct me at any time if you think I'm wrong, but I was kind of a tyrant.
Go.
I was kind of a tyrant. Always stressed out because I wanted shit to be done right and
Like walking around like Frankenstein and
shit to be done perfect.
Not
and,
like the mummy.
And I would get frustrated and da. And I
Impatient.
made it not fun for these guys. You
I know
understand?
exactly the type of way that you're speaking about.
To be honest with you, curtain revealed, haven't said that in a long time.
Last episode.
Right, Mick didn't want to do the show anymore. He's like, dude, I'm not having fun. It's not fun anymore. We started this, it was fun. Now it's become something different.
You were being restrictive.
And I had to take a deep, long look at myself and like how I treated this and how I went about this. And honestly, once again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'd feel like it's been better than it ever has. Like it's been fucking great. It's been a blast because I stopped holding on to that fear and just fucking embraced the love, man.
Dude, you totally did.
That's
I didn't even realize.
the way to live.
Yeah.
I just sadly lost someone who had become like my best friend because of that fear restrictive way, and which is so unfun to be around. Like, and it's like they're never the life of the party. Are worried and acting out of that fear to restrict this, that, and the other. And it's like, but unlike you, he couldn't really look at it. And like he had to create one of those. Sometimes people will create a false narrative, like.
So you're right, yeah. So they're not in the wrong.
Right,
you're the one who's in the fucking wrong, yeah.
And he did it, and he's like trying to like pretend like this, that, or the other thing is true. When it's like, all I demand of people that are going to be around me is that they be their authentic self. And that means not acting from that fear place, not being restrictive, not being bullying with like impatience and stuff like that. I can't take that. And not being judgmental and condemning, which ironically he had told me that I was like that. And it's like, wow, you can't even see yourself. And I'm not surprised. You're projecting all your shadow aspects onto the dog. And I'm not like that. And I know I'm not like that because I live in here, and I live in here. And I love and accept everybody as they are. I try to help people by telling them stuff because I've been through it before, or just because I see stuff. I got a clear mind. I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. I don't listen to music. And so I don't know. I just have an easy time to discern whatever. So it's like, don't tell me how to act. Don't tell me not to be like, I'm not going to ever sit there and let somebody complain on my couch for hours and not chime in with my manly opinion of, what you need to do. I try not to, but it's like, it's so clear, and if you don't appreciate my advice, the people who do take my advice, oh my God, like you, they're blessed. Their lives are blessed because of it. And the people who mock and scoff me and don't take my advice are not blessed. They're cursed or something. They're just not blessed. I'm here to help people. People don't understand that. People don't think that. And it's like, I'm here to help others. That's what we're all here to do, to love and be loved and to be of service and to tell the truth and to create and be creative. So we're made in the image of God. He was what? The creator. So he spoke the world into existence. So we must be here to create and speak our truth and fucking help each other.
So I have so many things I want to dive into with you, okay? But the first thing I want to dive into you with is you don't listen to music. No, that's the only thing that you ever say. Kind of bothers me a little bit.
That's because you're addicted to music, and that's fine. That's a drug to you. That's witchcraft to me. The only time you'll find rhyming bars like that is in witchcraft spells. And I am so much happier post music listenership. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm so much more creative. All the time that's spent where you listen to music, watch TV, and movies is time that I'm creating and honing my own craft.
Okay.
And that's how and why I'm able, and I don't compare myself to other greats anymore like I used to. So I'm more free in my creative expression, and I'm just like, I'm great, you know?
Okay.
I was okay before.
I'm with you. I'm with you with the with you don't compare your stuff to other people because you don't have anything to compare it to because you don't listen to anything. I'm with that. I understand that. I guess my first question in response to your retort is, well, then you make music, don't you? Do you want your fans to look at your music that way? I mean, it's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? So in a sense,
I don't care. I mean, what if it's better? Like, if my music is associated with demonic entities, because you have two associations still. It's like, there's music that strums up the old sense of longing and the negative emotions, and then there's music that glorifies God. And so, like, I'm sure I run the gamut on both sides, honestly. And I want for my listener whatever's best for them. I don't care if they don't listen to it. In fact, if it's better that they don't and they lead a happier life, which I assume they would, because some of my music is so fucking depressing. Sorry to swear, but like, it's so depressing that it depresses me now. I have this new solo album that I made like shortly after I did your show, or maybe I was already making it, but it was just like, I would listen to the song I had just done the night before and just like weeping, crying, like F and A, like, I don't know, but it was so healing. So that's the thing with it. It's like it healed me, and then hopefully it heals someone else who's not really prone towards writing songs and feels the need to listen to music. But generally, I would say no, nobody should listen to music or watch TV or watch movies, which is fucked because I make music and movies and I get it. But I think I care more about the human being than the success for my career, you know?
all right. Nice. Then, all right. How about this? Let me put a little spin on it for you. Here's a question then, okay? Because most of the times when I'm listening to music or when I'm in a social setting and listening to music, it's kind of like, it's not. We're not all sitting around listening to the lyrics and studying the song. It's more of a background.
You don't
or a
have
feel.
to. It's
Right.
accessing your subconscious mind in reverse, and implanting those spiritual implants into you without you even having to pay attention to it.
So I guess my thing is, when you watch a movie, or you don't watch movies, or when you've watched a movie, or when a movie plays, they have a score, and that score sets a certain tone to the experience.
Right, which is all witchcraft, the music and the movie.
So then, are you part of witchcraft then?
You are, yes.
No,
You're helping.
You, Annie
Me?
Hardy.
Yes, of course I am. Of course. But both me and the viewer are participating in witchcraft. And I would say it's more, the viewer they're using all viewers' subconscious minds to manifest this Orwellian dystopian matrix they live future that none of us want. But like, if you'll notice, they put all this stuff in movies. They drop things like on Netflix right when the timing couldn't be more apropos. Like, it's not a coincidence. What's happening is they've enslaved our minds through entertainment, and they're using our minds against us for our physical form. Look at the degradation of the United States and the world at large since the invent of the television, the at-home TV, the movies, and it wasn't always evil at first. But today, look around. What is this Doja Cat thing? I don't even know anything about it. I just saw a picture of what looks like a living demon. they have been and are still normalizing everything satanic uh, and making all things associated with God, Jesus, etc., seem, as we said in the 90s, gay. You know?
Annie Hardy is a reincarnated fairy god Pearl.
I thought you said retarded, but you said reincarnated. Okay.
Say that.
Either one would be right, maybe. I don't know.
Nice.
What do you think about Goosebumps?
The book? What is
No.
a movie?
No,
I don't know.
the ones you
What
get
is it?
on your arms.
Oh, and you get on your arms? I think they're great. I think that's like when you have some contact with God, you know, God bumps.
Okay, so is it possible that the witchcraft music that I listen to every once in a while that'll give me goosebumps, and then that'd be a blessing from God then, and not witchcraft?
It's possible. Like I said, there's two orientations. Sometimes it's godly, sometimes it's devilish. I don't know which is which.
Do you feel like you get? Do you think you could get devil bumps? Do you think there's like a goosebumps for the?
They're like inverted.
I know that you can get devil bumps. Yeah. Ask anybody taking a deep rip off that meth pipe right now, about to shove some guy's dick in their mouth. You
They're
know?
probably not watching us then.
Yeah, for one,
No,
they're probably not
probably
watching us. And
No,
for
they've
two,
got us-
and for
too.
two,
They've got us
I
up
mean,
really loud.
We're
to
giving them
make
the double
noise.
bumps.
I mean, like realistically, I've known a lot of fucking druggies, and I mean, on different aspects of different drugs and different levels and different fucking addictions, and I don't think I've ever heard any of them talk about goosebumps. I'm just being
when
honest,
they're
but I mean, that's not the type of conversation they would have. But
it's a weird combo. But like if you're kicking opiates and you're dope sick and you get lots of goosebumps because all that God's coming back in after you turned it off for such a long time.
Okay.
Ecstasy, bro.
Maybe. I don't know. Seems true.
Sounds good. What do you think of fairy reincarnated?
I enjoyed that.
Fairy god
I enjoyed
Pearl?
that. Can I tell her why you said that?
No.
I can't even hear what he said.
Well, he
What
said
did
you're when he said you're a reincarnated. He asked me how I felt about the. I don't even know what did you say?
Retarded fairy god Pearl.
You said reincarnated.
Reincarnated.
Reincarnated. But then he just switched it to retarded because you said retarded.
Yeah, I was being
both is
cleverly
right.
humorous.
Yeah.
Humoresque.
Funny. What?
Yeah.
I was being cleverly humoresque.
I thought it was funny. I'm not a big LOLer, but you know, my birthstone is a pearl. And I just wrote a song last week because I've been to a lot of funerals this year. Fentanyl is killing like half the people I know constantly. So I've been to a lot of funerals. I was at my friend Bella's memorial celebration of life thing. And I looked around, I was like, look at all these elemental forest dwelling motherfuckers. And I realized everybody who's kind of like in my spiritual oversoul group, it's like a close. We've got the forest fairies and the like forest trolls and the Keebler elf looking mother effers and just like elementals. I don't know how else to say it. These people that look like they're of the woods. And actually, when I had a son who, whatever, let's not get into that, but without knowing anything, I named him Sylvester, which the doctor told me meant of the woods, which served a dual purpose because his father was constantly went to jail, and in jail you have to join the white prison gang or jail gang, the Peckerwoods. So it was like a double thing.
All right, listen. I don't exactly know what Peckerwood means. I know I used to hear it all the time, and I just love a southern accent saying Peckerwood. I know what it is about it. It's probably bad. It's probably fucking terrible. But some things just kind of sound funny to me. And I was kind of the Peckerwood. It's this down south thing, no?
It's a Southern California thing in jail. It's a jail thing, or certain parts of Southern California. It's a racist thing, you know. It's
I
a racism thing.
I picture a black guy in like Alabama in like 1920 in one of them fucking beat up straw hats and a dirty white t-shirt and pants with the cutoffs, probably not wearing any shoes. He's barefoot in the dirt, calling the white man he working for a peck of wood.
Henry,
Yeah.
when he's not at home.
I mean,
Yeah, Henry probably calls a lot of people peckerwood.
Come on, man.
completely possible.
Come on, man.
Completely possible.
So then with all this witchcraftery and
Warlockery as well.
this,
That's a man witch.
no, man witch comes in a can.
No, man witch is a warlock. I don't know why we don't call them warlocks, because they are definitely.
No, they're calling them man witches now. Like,
we can call
did
them
you
that.
guys there's
They're
a
not sloppy Joes no more.
There's
there was
also
I saw-
non-binary magic practitioners, so let's not like let's be inclusive.
You're funny.
I know. Thanks.
So
I know.
So I saw this clip that went viral of this pastor saying, we got what did he say? We got 6 witches in this pastor. 3 of these witches are here right now. And we got your name, we got your number, we got your blah, 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 blah. One of them is a man witch, he said. A man witch.
I love man witch.
It's a fucking warlock, man. Like, I remember those movies from the 80s.
I mean, it depends on how they identify, doesn't it?
That's
You can be whatever you want now.
even witches
I
do
could
that
be a
shit
witch.
now. Even fucking witches. So what
Especially
if a witch...
witches. They started
so-
it. Are you kidding?
I identify as a sandwich
He's a sandwich.
or a warlock.
You a man witch?
Or a
Who's a
man
man
witch?
witch? You
No.
man witch sandwich.
I
A
do like
sloppy Joe.
the corned beef they got at the Practical Magic Shop, though.
Oh shit! How is it getting dark already? It's only 7:11. I have to put the chickens in the coop and lock them up before the predators come out to kill them all.
Right?
I hope I won't lose connection with you, but what's going on in here?
Yeah, let's check out your chicken coop.
There's too much going
That's
on.
Let's make how many jokes you got for that one.
Mondia said the time machine had warlocks. I don't know what
Good
the time
night,
machine is.
Lindsay.
Oh, the
Good
DeLorean.
night.
Warlocks.
Good night.
That fucking girl has... Oh, remember, I never pulled it up. Remember we were talking about that Tammy Manis with the world record mullet?
Yes.
Yeah, let's pull it up. Let's show you the world record mullet while you're walking to your chickens.
Yes. Hopefully I don't lose you because I do have to go to the deep recesses of the yard here. Uh-oh.
There's Tammy's world record mullet.
Holy crap.
Tammy and the world record. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
What do you get? Do you get some money or something for having a world record?
Yeah, you do. You get
How
I
much?
don't remember. I was looking into it. I used to remember, but I don't remember. I'm gonna look it up right now. We'll see. But I know you get, besides the accolades, you do get a check.
And I think you get a $25 coupon at Barber's Cuts or something. Hot Topic.
Oops, shit on me. All right.
Barber Cut Shop.
Gosh, the season's just changed overnight. Hello, McChickens.
Wow.
Where are the small ones?
Well, Google says if you have a certain skill and you want to try and break a record, surely one of the first questions comes to mind how much they pay. Contrary to what people believe, entering the Guinness Book of World Records does not have any type of compensation.
Ooh. That makes sense. Hi, little ones. Brahmas. I mean,
Do these
Bantams.
chickens have names?
Yes. This one is Alabaster. I don't know if you can see. This one's Nickety. And then over here, we've got the new Bantam little tiny ones. And those ones are named Red, Sheila, and Judy. Hey, Sheila, Judy. But unfortunately, I think that 2 of them might be trans or whatever.
Left Mick.
Or roosters. I guess just like I would be misgendering them.
That's good. Can you
Not
name
the
one of
world at
those?
large. But
One of those trans chickens. Can you name it Left Mick?
Oh, after
I
me.
can name it whatever I want, really. Come on, guys.
I
go
know,
this
but
way. You're supposed
I
to
guess
go
I'm putting in
there.
He's putting in a humble request.
Yeah, a humble
to
request.
to name one of the.
How about this one?
We're gonna name Left Mick Chicken on air right now with Andy Hardy.
Nice.
Which one?
Judy, what are you doing, Judy? You're going the wrong way. Yeah, you can name the red one that. I don't care. It's probably got to go anyway.
Awesome. Can we see what Left Mick looks like? Your camera froze.
Yeah. Oh, did it? I told you this is the
Yeah.
dead zone of the yard. Come here, Red. What's his name? Lepnik?
Left Mick.
What is it?
Left Mick.
Oh, this. Whoa, see him? Just like an Irish person, he's red and he is jumpy and scared.
All right, brother.
That's perfect.
Yeah. And what did Freud say? Immune to psychotherapy or something?
While
I
eating
don't know.
chicken.
Yeah. All right, we did it. We fed everybody and they're all going to sleep now.
Nice.
Good night, Judy.
I gotta say, it don't look that dark there.
What'd you say?
It doesn't look very dark there.
It's not, but it's about to be dark. I thought it was darker from the bathroom where I was sitting. It's 7:15. We got like 15 minutes till it's like almost dark.
Right. It's a lot of
all the way.
So, I got another music question.
Mhm.
What do you like better, doing giant drag or your solo stuff?
I like doing solo stuff better because I don't like loud sounds. In my older age, I hate loud music. But, you know, people like giant drag better. So I
didn't ask what people like better. I asked what you like better.
Yeah, I like doing just solo stuff better, but it requires a bit more of a, I don't know. It's not as in demand, so I'm doing giant drag. I kind of wish I would have done this show coming up solo. I was billed as being solo at first, and I was like, oh no, it's giant drag for some godforsaken reason. You know, I don't know if it would have mattered.
So, do you have times where you like go to book a show and you're trying to book your shit and they're expecting giant drag?
I had the opposite experience this time around, but no, I don't really have that experience because I'm usually like people, if they want it to be me, then it's usually they're trying to book a very different show. Like my friend Guy Blakesley, he had like a residency at this great venue in LA called Zebulon, and yeah, people don't, you know. Plus, Giant Drag was inactive for so many years. This show on September 8th is going to be our first official U.S. show since like long ago.
Are you excited?
No. No, I wish I was. I don't. Maybe I'm misgendering my emotion. I feel like this fluttering in my stomach. Maybe that is excitement. It feels to me like fear and stress. But maybe that's what excitement is.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's levels of I believe there's levels of fear and excitement, if that makes sense.
Yes.
There's levels of fear and excitement, there's levels of fear and anticipation. And it doesn't necessarily need to be bad. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. That's just your own personal shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I had a revelation today that was, you know, like the devil's, because someone asked me last night, like, Annie, why do you always have this happen where like somebody turns and goes like to where you have to kick them out right before a show and you're fucking somewhat up shit creek, and it does. It happens all the time. And I thought about it, and I was like, well, I'm not sure, but it seems like the devil and his demons, their main MO in our lives is to keep us off of our path, our divine path, which is that of creativity and putting it out into the world. And so that's one attempt. But I even realized that like my own sort of like lack of excitement and like feeling like it's like drudgery, you know, that is also the devil and his demons trying to get me to just like not love absolutely what I do and have a negative connotation and negative feeling about it, when that way the way I feel about it is up to me. You know, I can be ungrateful and feel like it's work and be sad that, you know, yet again the same fucking thing has happened, or I can be grateful that, you know, I even have the opportunity to do this, because most people are too scared to put themselves out there.
So on the last time you were with us, to bring it back to what Jim had asked, are you in a better mood? You feel like you're in a better place?
Yeah, I do. I was not in a great place then. And like I said, it's been like the worst year. It's been a hard year for me. And it reminds me a lot of like 2011 when I was like on the precipice of this. That was a rough year, but it was a rough year that ended up in a spiritual awakening, the likes of which I had never known whatsoever. And but yeah, I'm trying to stay on the positive path despite, you know, things not going as I wanted or planned, or like you know, things seeming like horrible things. I know that the horrible things kind of get reserved for the people who God thinks can handle it, and who can you know, transmute horrible into something worth something, you know, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm going to ask you a question that I asked you on the first time you were with us.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do now?
I want to move off grid, start a purposeful living community, and just like get away from this world that we live in, toss the cell phones to the trash, realistically, just put them down in a room, like farm, be self-sustainable, have like-minded individuals that are on the same wavelength, and just stay out of the madness that's coming and is already here, and just like return to a simpler way of life, the way that humans are designed to live as interdependent beings in a tribal community.
So your answer was pretty much spot on to what it was when I asked you the first time. Well, actually, first you said nothing, and
Yeah,
then
I remember that.
and then you said that. But I just have some questions. You already said that we were welcome. Well, let's just get into logistics right now, because I mean, there's some things.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to bring my phone in case I need to call my mom. You know what I'm
We're
saying?
all bringing the phone, you know.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Just
I'm not
won't
trying to be
it
on it all the time. Right. So, and now here's another question. This is a biggie, man. Like, I'm an artist. We are artists. We make music. We make poetry. He DJs. We do things.
Right.
That's music. You know what I mean? Is that?
Of course.
But it's also witchcraft. Is that going to be a problem?
No, because here's the difference. Like when it's like your group, like imagine instead of listening to music all the time, the times where you listen to it is when you're, you know, your fellows are playing it, like say every night at your big group dinner jamboree, and there's a stage and microphones, and there's a recording studio there, and there's a audio visual aspect of it, and so you can make movies, you can do this podcast, you can record albums, you can do everything, and you will have an easier time doing it because you'll have all these other people that can help that weren't per se there before. Sounds ideal.
It does. It sounds lovely. And it just goes back to my whole thing with you and music, though. I just love it, man. I know it's a shitty industry, and I know there's shitty people in it, and I know it's shitty, but sometimes you just got to listen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't find that I feel that way, but I do listen to my friends' music, and especially if it's good, you know, like I'll throw on a Rex Mac a Dang Dang track if I'm feeling so inspired, or like, you know, I'll listen to my friend Joe Cardamon's music, or I'll listen to Prayers, or like, you know, Pink Mountaintops, or something that I usually have something to do with, not to be a narc about it, but like, you know, I'm not averse to it. It's just that I don't feel a lot of drive to just like listen to some shit that I listened to a million times before. And I don't like any new music that I hear, because it all just sounds like old music that I've already heard.
You know, it's funny because I find myself, okay, when I listen to music the most is when I'm working. When I'm working, I'm in a car for fucking, 8 to 10 hours. So I'm not about to drive around in silence, which that'd be interesting to try one night. But sometimes I don't like being in my own thoughts all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like getting away from them.
But you see the other.
Well, that's when I put on a beat, Launchpad app, and I make a beat and I freestyle in the car. That's how Bandcard became a thing. Or more lately, what I do, since I don't have Bandcard capabilities anymore, I am always listening to the things I'm recording at home. So there's other options between, listening to other people's music and complete silence.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask you, is there ever going to be a possibility that Bandcard will come back?
If Periscope comes back, maybe, because otherwise I just don't know. What the fudge is that?
You mean like Periscope Records?
No, Periscope, the live streaming app. Nothing else that hits quite the same. I've tried on YouTube Live. I won't do Instagram Live because that's like too much like high school or something. And all the cool kids are over there being judgmental and whatnot. Facebook Live, I don't use Facebook really. And I just have my Instagram auto post there. And everything else, I've tried like TikTok Live. I got instantly flagged and taken off air, and then fucking what that video game one that didn't work for me either because there's no audience.
Oh, Twitch.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever tried using OBS?
What's that?
OBS is a godsend. We're going to eventually, we are only using StreamYard for another, probably this episode and the next episode, and then we're done with StreamYard. We're switching to OBS. It's basically an engine to where you do the streaming yourself, and you can you can put it up for comments. You can gear it wherever it goes, to whatever, like if you wanted to do multiple platforms, you could send it to whatever platform you want. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's basically like doing all this stuff without logging into anything really, and then you can pick where you stream it to.
Okay.
So you could go through OBS and run it like you did at you said Periscope. You could run it like that, but send it to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So you can have it to where like the comments are coming up on the screen or whatever. There's so much different shit you can do. It's amazing.
It's just that my viewers were all on Periscope, so it's like I don't have the same viewership anywhere else because I took years to establish.
Well, we miss it. Bandcard was
I miss
awesome.
it too, low-key. It really helps a card trip move quickly. Maybe I'll start experimenting just per your request, since you listened to my request. What, Gustine?
Give and take.
Yeah, it's give and take. Well, speaking of your requests, I did want to touch on this, okay? And I think this is the first time I've said it on an episode. I mean, I've talked to people off episode. Maybe I've said it on an episode, I don't know. But when I switched not a podcast to variety show, the idea in my head was like an SNL type show via live streaming, because nobody's doing that. And most of these podcasts, even these podcasts you watch, they're all pre-recorded and edited and all nice and all that stuff. No, fuck that. We're going live. We're going raw. And so we started making commercials. Like we have little commercials. We have our own little entity. Yeah, we're building a town called Kiss My Ass, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play a commercial for you right now, and then I want to get back to talking about this. So this is just a little quick commercial. I think you'll appreciate it. We'll be back right after this. Check it out.
After a long day's work, and you ain't looking forward to going home and dealing with that bitch, stop on in to the 2 Mix Wop House, located on Highway FU in Kiss My Ass, Wisconsin. Offer lots of double whiskey specials to keep you mental health stable so you don't go home and slap a bitch. And if that bitch happens to be with you, we've got my wife as a fat cunt dinner specials for 2. That's right, we're offering a half chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy for the missus and a whole sip of whiskey for you. And if you happen to have them snot-nosed little punk-ass kids with you, we've got the My Kids that are a bunch of unappreciative asshole dinner specials. That's right, we're bringing you 2 pounds of pasta that they can stuff in their fat little faces and sit there and shut the fuck up, giving you some sense of mind and some peace of fucking quiet in this world, but nobody deserves it more than you. So stop on in to 2 Mix and Wop House, Whiskey Saloon and Cabaret. It's located on County FU in Kiss My Ass, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Bones Bodo. Please say you'll be the answer for an innocent Mick who is suffering right now. A Mick that needs your help. Please call the number on the screen and join the 2 Mix and a Wop ASPCA Incorporated LLC, copyright infringed and trademark registered United States circa 2023 today. With your generous donation of only $11.71 a day, you will help provide a Nick with care, rescue them from their abusers, provide medical treatments, food, shelter, and love. Call in the next 30 minutes and you'll receive a photo of a Mick in the shelter and a 2 Mix and a Wop gig bag, free. So call now and say that you won't stand by and allow another Mick to spend another day abused. Please, call today.
Could not hear barely
See,
either.
I'm going to bless you with some fucking headphones. I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to get
I
Andy.
have some right here. Well, they require I plug in my phone, which is also charging.
Yeah. Our button pusher, as Right Mix says we need more content and more writers. I agree with him on that. Basically, truth be told, our animations have been specifically lately geared to interact with our guests. It makes it fun for them to ask you to ask some questions, and it's also kind of it opens the floodgates. You know what I'm saying? Because something about animation, no matter how it is or how it comes across, it's always light. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not real.
Right.
So Jim's not real? Jim's a cartoon? No, he's animated, he said. We'll
get back to that. We got to find out if he's real. We got to find out if he's a cartoon. We got to find out if he's gay and find out if he's Jewish with maple syrup Pete. Yeah. We'll get back to all these things as soon as we can. How long do we have you for?
I have to go in like 5 minutes or less because I have to go across town to rehearse.
Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to see where we're at. I really
That's why I'm
enjoy.
brushing my teeth on the show.
Oh no, it's perfect for who we are. So I want
gonna eat
to
ice cream.
apologize for if I took away from the experience of the show for you. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like what the fuck
Yeah,
are these
that's
guys
all
doing?
you.
They're throwing shit
That's
at.
all you. We have no control over.
That
any
is
of the
true.
segments.
I think she's loving it, having fun.
All these segments, yeah, it is me, and I throw them at you when I throw them at you, and
She's on the
whatever.
third one live. It's gonna be a whole nother show then too.
That is true. Third one live. I heard it.
Always
You heard
changing.
it. You said it. It's happening.
Positively changing.
We'll make it happen some way. We're on the Rust Belt. You can't say no.
Yeah, it's how we're doing the
anyway,
Rust
anyway, no, I enjoy you being on the show. I enjoy our conversations because they're great, and there's like no boundaries. It's we're on the same wavelength. It's a blast. So, this constructive criticism kind of strung me a little different than the last one did, which is why I'm apologizing.
No need to apologize. I'm just saying. And it just has a lot to do with the fact that I can't even hear clearly.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's like a quarter of the volume, and I can't turn it up any louder.
That makes look at me in shame.
You can hear us all right, though, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But every time it goes to a segment, I have to click the screen. It says tap for sound. So
really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, and that's this is another
I don't
thing.
think anyone else is even going to tell you these things because they're just rolling with the punches. But I'm more autistic than them, perhaps.
Well, I'm so glad that you did, because these are things that I would like to know that our guests have to do, so I can say, hey, just letting you know we got these segments, and you have to, in order to hear the damn thing, you got to click it. I don't like that at all. Just another reason to say fuck you, StreamYard.
Fuck you!
Fuck you, StreamYard.
you!
That's why we're going to OBS, bitch.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh,
With that being said, once we're at OBS, like that shit won't happen. We did some dry runs of it, and
that's Old Dirty Bastard.
It's nice.
I had the dry runs this morning.
He had the dry runs, Old Dirty Bastard.
Old Bastard Sturdy.
Jokes flying from both sides. Jokes flying from both sides. All I could do is laugh, you know.
Andy Hardy's on the show right now. Oh. Hi, Andy Hardy.
Hi.
So,
you go into rehearsal. What's the first piece you want to do with the group tonight?
What's the first piece I want to do tonight?
Yes, at rehearsal.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. I do whatever is on the set list, which I think is now the first song is a song called "Fucking with My Head,"
Nice.
which is a newer song.
Are you fucking with my head right now?
You fucking with his head?
I'm not. That song's out now on the Giant Drag Devil Inside the Albion Rooms EP, which is, I think, I put it out through all the streaming services. It was exclusively on my Bandcamp, and now it's everywhere. So it's like a 4-song EP from the Giant Drag. Oh God, from just another time that everything went wrong, which was making that LP out in England.
You do.
See,
can I hear that on YouTube when we're done? Is that what she's saying?
You could, yeah, it's on YouTube, right?
I think it is. Yeah, it's probably on the Giant Drag Topic playlist.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to do this. They're supposed to say smash like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. I forgot to do all that stuff. Listeners, lurkers, if you're watching, Click the more. All the links for Annie Hardy's music and Annie Hardy stuff is in the more section, along with our stuff on our Facebook, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. And you can get a hold of us at 2mixinawop@gmail.com.
Rest in peace to the Smash Mouth lead singer who dropped dead today of liver failure.
And
I
you
did not know
didn't
that.
hear about that? Yeah,
First time I heard
Smash Mouth singer died today. Rest in peace. Also, rest in peace to Jimmy Buffett. He died just a few days ago.
One more. Who's it gonna be?
That ICP guy are dead then too, huh?
Which one?
We lost 3-1 with that one.
Okay. All right. It's
How's
maybe
Guy
too
Fieri?
early for jokes, but I think that was funny.
I couldn't hear it. What is it?
Since Left Mick is quiet, I'll repeat what he said. He said Smash Mouth died. Dude died. I didn't know that. So does that mean that dude from ICP also died and Guy Fieri? We lost 3-1.
Well, they say it happens in threes.
Yeah.
So maybe so. That's really funny. I heard Bob Barker just died for the third time.
Oh, he actually did die though this time.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he actually did. Yeah,
Well,
rest in
we
peace to
thought
Bob
he died
Barker as well. That was like
previous
last
two
week, I think.
times. Why wasn't he dead the previous two times?
I seen those. I know what you're talking about because that went around the internet a couple different times.
No, it was on the news that Bob Barker had died. Like they said he died was some Mandela effect shit or something.
Yeah,
There's
really?
a guy on TikTok who made the video because he saw it on the news that Bob Barker was dead. He made the 2021 TikTok about Bob Barker dying, and then he made the previous one too. That's 3 deaths. Maybe he was cloned twice, so there were really 3 of them.
I heard you could scrape like the skin off his feet from the Bob Barkers in prisons, and you could like remake him in certain like
No for shavings and like you just get it moist. And
like, mold it how you want. You know.
Yeah, I heard that. I wish I could clone myself. I would be in such great shape.
Where's some Bob Barkers?
I feel like
I could clone myself. Well, would you be in such great shape, or would your clone be in such great shape? Because if I could clone myself, I probably wouldn't be in the greatest shape. I probably wouldn't do much of anything. I'd turn and probably do a sloth. You know,
I would make my clone do all the hard stuff for me, and maybe my clone hopefully wouldn't have fallen off the roof. Now it's pitch black outside and broken the clavicle, and so she could still do all the like dikey heavy lifting that I used to do. And yeah, I live the life of like 4 active lives of 4 totally different people every day. Like I went out of town a couple years ago and it took 4 different people to cover all my different duties and tasks. So I feel like I need at least 1, if not 3 or 4 clones of myself.
but then what are you going to do like when the multiplicity factor hits and like your clones, they want the juice of the good stuff. You're getting all the good stuff. They're doing all the hard work. They're going to rebel. They're going to revolt. There's going to be a mutiny. You know what I mean?
Little do they know the hard work is the good stuff. And it's the reason that people on this planet are so fucking miserable because they're a bunch of sit-abouts looking at the cell phone all the time, missing out on the glory that comes with being a hard worker.
That means the last clone can be the slowest. That's when you throw on stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you had a clone, would you be sending him out right now? The giant.
Out.
Oh, her. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Don't
misgender your
misgender
clone.
my clone, please. My clone is not trans. I am.
I am my clone.
Would I send him out? Yeah, I'd send him to rehearsal right now. Fuck yeah. I don't want to do that part. I hate rehearsal. I hate it so much. Because I know how the songs go. You know, it's everyone else that doesn't. I don't even know that well, actually.
That's how you know that you've crossed the threshold into being professional when you call it rehearsal. Because the kids where I come from call it band practice.
Yeah, band practice is like you're practicing for some talent show, but rehearsal, you're rehearsing for a paying gig, you know?
Right. Well, see,
I don't know nothing about that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I have band practice on Tuesday, because we have to get ready because we have to rehearse for a paying gig.
There you go.
But I don't know. It's funny because one of these singers that used to be talented and toasted it all with drugs and shit used to say he used to get mad. He would go to practice or whatever and be like, "It's fucking rehearsal, dude. We're rehearsing these songs for the show. It's rehearsal. It's rehearsal." So when you said rehearsal, I just had that flashback of
Trigger.
It's not
Trigger warning.
fucking rehearsal. Like, I don't care, dude. We're just fucking jamming, man. Yeah. I don't care what you call it. Call it dinner. I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't call me late.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. What's in a word? A couple things. Witchcraft. Just words are witchcraft.
Well, you can't say much of them these days.
No, you can't. And they're changing the definition to all the words somewhat because of that.
I don't
know. Making
abide.
everything mean the opposite thing.
Soul Trip says you practice at home and you rehearse with your band.
Makes so
Okay, sure.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I hate both of them though. I hate practice and rehearsal, just for the record. I hate it all. But I'm actively trying to learn to love it.
I'll be honest, I'm in a pretty great place. I used to love making music and producing stuff by myself at home, and I've been in different bands, and it was always fun to be in different bands, but it was just I always loved being at home more. But now, like, truth be told, I love playing with my band just as much, but I think a lot of it is really because my brother's the drummer. And my entire life, I've wanted to be in a band with him because he's a fucking animal on the drums.
Animal.
He's an animal. And I never got to be in a band with him. And now we're in a band together, and it's great because we've always been like on the same wavelength musically. So like it really excites me to go to band practice, but it's more so just to fucking show him some shit, and you know what I mean? No disrespect, fucking
it's like
Chucky
out.
and Willie if you're watching, but I know you're not, so it doesn't matter. I can say all this shit. But you know, so it's nice.
Yeah, my favorite part's always the cigarette break and the beginning and the end. And the playing of the music is the least favorite part. But I like it when it's good. Then it's
Why the
like
beginning?
Generally painless. The beginning, right when you get there and catching up with everybody else.
Something like that. Anime.
Yes, indeed. But speaking of, I guess I should get down there because it's time for me to depart.
Annie, it's been a blast.
It has.
Thank you for coming back. I can't wait for you to come back in another year or so.
Live here.
And see where we're at and what's going on.
Yeah,
and
I'm down.
I wish you the best of everything in all your endeavors. Don't let anything drag you down too much. I'm so glad you're in a good headspace, and your little gothy devil lock bangs look great.
I know. Thank you. Thanks. Shout out Danzig. And,
thanks for letting us see that live too.
Yeah, thanks.
I know. Thank you for making me sit still long enough for me to finally cut my bangs. You know, I've been meaning to do this for weeks now. So I cut my bangs. I cut the rest of my hair. I'm feeling good. I fed the chickens. I turned off the lizard lights, and now I'm gonna go to practice. And blessings to you guys as well.
I'll be honest with you. I've had this urge because you, as you said, we're weird. We are. I kind of want to take a clip of you cutting your bangs and just mute the whole fucking thing and upload it silently and then just title it Annie Cuts Her Bangs. And just silence.
You can do that if you want. I feel like it would be more entertaining for people. That's like a very like boutique thing to do, but it seems like
how would you do it?
Yeah, how would you do it? Because I'm thinking, I just thought maybe I should play the Benny Hill music instead.
No, don't do that. I would just put the choice cuts of the best moments, the funniest moments of the show, or just splice together, you know, the bangs. Because I look different coming out of this show than I did going in, didn't I?
In the words of Prof, Andy Hardy bangs, and we're not talking about hair.
Thank you. Yeah, it's true. Where it used to be. Anyway. Well, good luck, you guys. Good luck with the next year of development of your show. And what is it, OB or OVS?
Old Bastard 30.
OB is in biatch.
Younger cousin
OBS.
Wu-Tang Clan's
OBS Studio.
Yeah.
Look into it.
Okay.
It'll be a
I'll
lifesaver
look
for you,
into it for sure. I'll try to take your guys' advice and try to start doing band car, because that was my service to humanity. So to a
Even though they didn't
uncreative
deserve
humanity.
it, but we enjoyed it.
Oh, good. I'm glad. And yeah, it's just like a bunch of people in the world who are here to be creative aren't ever at all doing that. So through Bandcar and them giving me one shitty word, they were part of something that was bigger than themselves and that was creative in nature and closer to living their divine path.
And it was nice too, because it wasn't just bigger than them, but them in turn made it bigger than you. It was bigger than everybody.
It's bigger than all of us, because it's not even like, I don't know. When I write songs and I'm like not even there for the process, like I don't take that as like a compliment to myself. I'm just good at sort of getting out the way and letting spirit move through me and speak whatever words it wants to, And hopefully it's not a demon speaking some witchcraft curses onto all the people that'll be listening. But luckily, if it is, there's not that many people listening, let's be honest. So so it all works out in the end.
You know what sucks about demons? I don't like demons at all, and I don't like what they're about, and I don't like what they're doing in the world. But they dress cool. You know what I'm saying?
They always dress cool.
My demons are always naked. I don't get that part.
Oh.
Well, they run the gamut. There's a different demon. They're like apps in the Apple App Store. There's one for everything. There's different
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, there's demonic principalities of high ranking order. There's low ranking ones. There's ones that pretend to be ancient, reincarnated.
Which ones of those are
deities.
naked?
The naked ones, like the spirit of fornication, the spirit of perversion, the spirit
they're always
of
coming around.
prostitution.
Sorry, that was great. Which ones are naked? The naked ones. Duh. The fuck.
But you're
Well, it's
never
not the
fully
clothed
naked
ones.
when you've got a barred penis, because I don't know, it's like
How do you get that?
perfect
Some
outfit for
barred
any
penis.
party.
What? Yeah. What was that? Bar penis?
Pat your head?
A barbed penis, yeah, you're never
barbed-
naked with a barbed penis.
Oh.
Choice outfit. You'll see it next season here on Earth, because right now it's really killing it in hell, and they're really looking good. But yeah, I have to go. I got to stop doing this. As fun as it is, I have to leave the house. I'm always late. I'm always late everywhere I fucking go. I don't know why or
Be
how.
consistent.
Yeah. Well. Then
My
you're
clone
consistent.
would be on time. I need an assistant.
Thanks again,
but I
Eddie
don't-
Hardy.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Blessings, and I'll see you next time.
Absolutely. You have a
Bye.
wonderful one.
You too. Thanks so much. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. So you know what happens now is we play
Into
those.
the void.
Yeah, absolutely. We get right into that fucking into the void. Sorry, listeners and lurkers who were hanging around waiting for that and didn't get to see it. We have let's just get into it.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey there, listeners and lurkers. I'm your host, Bones Bodo, back at you with another exciting episode of Into the Void, the show that celebrates and explores Kenosha's unique and awesome original music history. And today we're jumping into the throwback machine and going way back, almost 40 years to 1984, in one of the top bands of the time. I'm talking about the notorious and awesome Xanadu. This is their song, Can't You See?
Looking at your love through the light of a new light.
of me, baby. I said you're making a fool out of me. Listen. Flirting with another fella's fine if it's all in fun. I never said I really minded, but I don't wanna be the one, no, no. You get left behind in the times when you don't really think you care, girl. You know you're standing by my side, but you're never really there. Can't you see, yeah, all the trouble that you're making? Can't you see, baby? I'm trying hard, but my hands are shaking. Just see, yeah, that you're making a fool out of me, baby. I said you're making a fool out of me. Listen, baby. Listen, baby. I said I'd do anything, yeah, just to be with you. Can't you see all the trouble that you're making? Can't you see, baby? I'm trying hard, but my hands are shaking. Just see that you're making a fool out of me, baby. Said you're making a fool out of me. You know you're making a fool out of me, baby. Said you're making a fool out of me. Listen, baby, don't you know you are making a fool out of me? Don't you know you are making, baby, a fool out of me? Don't you know you are making a fool out of me? Don't you know you are making a fool out of me?
That was Kenosha's own Xanadu, going all the way back to 1984 with their song, Can't You See? One of the top acts of the time, killer draw, a bunch of awesome musicians, just a great act. We can't allow this band to fall into the void and just disappear. So please check them out on Reverb Nation under Xanadu 1984. And if there's anything else you'd like to hear by anybody, any Kenosha act from the past, just feel free to leave a comment in the section provided below, or you can reach out to twomixandawop@gmail.com. That's the place, and let us know what your thoughts are. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
Sir Cox-a-lot.
Oh, the comments don't pop up while you're.
Sir Cox
They
a
do.
lot.
I honestly, hey, welcome back.
Sir Cox-a-lot. We were just talking about on that.
He was talking about Sir Cox a lot. I did pull that one up. There it is. Mondiaz with the comment. He used to be called Sir Cox. I think he was talking about you. He was talking,
What did you talk about left
or the chicken.
Talking about both.
Oh,
Both the chicken and the cock. I mean,
which came first?
One's a cock. One's a cock.
So
Just a
you know what's ironic when Annie Hardy said that about the segments. There's too many segments. Okay, I was about to play character name segment, and when I was talking about the first time she was on, it was character name segment that she shit on. So with that being said, here's character name.
Annie
You know who doesn't love, after a hard day's work, finding out that you got a package waiting for you at the door, you know? It's like a good old big package waiting at the door when you get home. You know what I'm saying? Like any fucking town bicycle, and you open that fucking screen door, and there's a package fucking just tumbles itself out. You know? Just a good old package. Who doesn't love a great package? You know what I'm saying? Oh, can't wait to get home to enjoy my new package. Oh boy, can't wait to show it to you too. It's gonna be a great package. Oh boy, oh boy. Can't wait. I can't wait for the hearty hars. I can't wait for the ha-ha-has. I can't wait for the oh boys. I can't wait for the IGs.
Hey! Okay, it's gonna be live. Mondias. I was gonna ask you questions just now while that was going on, but I missed the thing.
Listeners and lurkers, right making it is asking Mondias, who's
How
off
do you
camera.
feel
right
about
here.
not having an outro on Mondias this week?
How do you feel about not having an outro on Mondias this week?
It is what it is. I mean,
it's not what it's not, right?
That's very true.
So do you think it needed one?
I mean, yes and no.
I think he wants it right now. All right. That make you fucking cocky. I say nothing.
So, does that mean this whole show was an episode of Mondias?
It was to right now.
This whole fucking show was an episode of
Not the whole
Mondias.
thing.
It was.
From Mondias to now.
Well, from Mondias to now.
There's
The whole
snippets
fucking thing. It
before
was a
and there's
giant.
snippets after.
It was a giant conspiracy theory
For Mondias.
For Mondias show.
Him and the Democrats set this up.
This is a Mondias show.
They're like, we need a powerful Republican in power. If you work with us, we'll make you that man. Oh shit!
Oh man, that's great, huh?
Oh, and I got that recorded here too, so that's gonna be used
All right,
everywhere,
so
bro.
Let's lighten
Love
the
you.
load. Let's hit the final segment. Here is messages.
Yeah.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey there, Morgan and fellow Rugrat disciples who follow Morgan. I'm your host, Wags Waldo. Welcome to our very first exciting installment of Out of the Crib, the show that explores and exasperates the colorblind dart you see when you get out of the crib. Today we are looking at one of the strangest writing minds with such a unique delivery approach. A piece off his Mastered Pieces audiobook. This is Clash's King reciting Malfunction.
Yo mama's offspring smells funny. The signs are falling before me. The great wide open above is expanding. As I speak, tunnel ghoul, the seas rise, and I rain down upon me.
The bushes, the brothers is mine. The bushes, the brothers is mine.
By myself. Yeah, my health.
And on that rare occasion, when I'm in my haven, craving, misbehaving, she paints me back to when there was something that I lacked. She paints me back to when there was something there, something that I lacked. Now there's more than ground attacks.
as drones disguised as spiders are spectacular in the sky. Star spectacular in the spectacular sky. Star spectacular. Star spectacular. Spectacular. Star spectacular. In all of this, about to dismiss Sid Gristle with spy-made colored glass. I'm dipping between these rocks, and on the shore doing my best to hide the shine of my words. Oh, because they like to be like myself. Oh, and for their life in me. Hide this shine. Never changing me as easy as crazy things. How bad they needed me for their malfunction. Malfunction. We've encountered a malfunction. They've altered star navigation. We've encountered a malfunction. They've altered star navigation. Know the Scrog, learn the Scrog. Notice the Scrog when the Scrog comes about. You'll never let the Scrog in. You never penetrate how we submarine. 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 You should know how the wet Scrog plans to attack you. Silly fucking Scrog.
That was Clash is King with his piece, Malfunction. You can find more pieces by Clash is King on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and anywhere else Clash is King decides he wants to be. Check out more of his writings and other local writers before they never get out to the crib. Hey there, Morgan and rabian-infested ankle-biter disciple of Morgan's. If there's a specific artist and or art that you would like to see, contact our friends at 2mixinawap@gmail.com. This one-time only Labor Day special. Be the first out of cribber to hit up our friends at 2mixinawap@gmail.com, and we will give you the information of character name who in past weeks was ripping on your art. That's right, get your gang of rugrats and rabies-infested ankle-biters, dye your hair blonde and go village on this motherfucker. Now back to our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
That was Messages to Morgan.
Yeah, that was cool. Messages to Morgan. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. You got anything?
I hope Shane loved it.
I hope Shane loved it too. You got anything?
You mean Bones?
What is it? Oh no, yeah, that's Bones. Bones. Shane's our queer friend.
Oh yeah, I met Bones.
Bones is the one who does the Into the Woods.
Yeah,
Get your shit straight.
I think they're.
I mean, there's so many people
I think
here
they're both not
involved
straight,
in
so
Two Mix and a Wop. It's hard to keep up. You know what I mean? I understand. I get it.
And no, I got nothing.
You got nothing? All right. You got anything else?
I got a last word. And he's gonna say it.
Oh, okay. All right. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, listeners and lurkers, that's it for the variety show. We want to thank Annie Hardy for being involved. It was a great show. Thank you for being our guest. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks for the Left McChicken that we got to see.
Thanks for the Left
Same
McChicken.
name.
Left McChicken.
McChicken.
Left McChicken.
Oh, only on the roast about people.
Left McChicken. Click the fucking more. It's got everybody's links. It's got a ton of links for Annie Hardy, Annie Hardy's music, Annie Hardy's YouTube, all that stuff. It's got all our links, our YouTube. Well, you don't need our YouTube if you're here. It's our YouTube. It's got everything else.
Thing she can be practicing that's able to get on YouTube right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
So yes, you patch in, takes you right there. It's got all of our socials: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. All that stuff. Follow us, like us, share us, follow this, like it, share it. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends to tell their friends. And be sure to hit us up at 2mixandawap@gmail.com for all your 2mixandawap needs. See you in 2 weeks, bitches!